Hi everyone, I'm Bryan and you are watching a short video on me descending Gibraltor Road just outside Santa Barbara in California. This is taken from my recent trip to the States. I spent 2 weeks and it's lovely weather, cycling around, and this was my most favourite climb. So what you've got in front of you is a little grab from my Strava account. What that is just the showing of the amount of sort of hairpins and switchbacks you've got. So as you can see from there, it's very alpine-like, and in fact, it's probably the closest you're getting to riding on the continent without actually being there. So again, in that picture, you've got just a little graph of the elevation of the climb. So you can see the peak doesn't quite go up all the way to the peak. You can do that. This climb stops just short, and it's an absolutely beautiful climb, absolutely stunning. As you can see from the descent, one of my most favourite places probably on the planet, just because of this. So that's the full climb. You've got the whole way up to the top of Gibraltor Road, and then it goes on a lot until you get to Le Cambrai Peak, which is where I've taken quite a few photos. If you follow me on social media, you will see a lot of that. And the best bit about the peak is that you have the view of the ocean and Santa Barbara, like you can see from the on the screen now from one side. But you can turn around, walk to the other side of the road, and there is the canyons and the valleys. So you've got two totally different scenes right in front of you. It's really inspiring, so motivating. So here we go. On the screen now, you've got the descent. So it starts at about 1 kilometre in elevation, and it goes pretty much to sea level. You can get to the sea. It's a lot flatter once you sort of do Gibraltar Road. And there's a few stats. So the main one I take from that, I mean, it's not the fastest of descending I've ever done. Again, if you're looking around, there's not a lot stopping you from shooting off the edge. Not that there usually is. But the key one I take from that actually is my average power. What you can see there is that I really am doing no work whatsoever. The only work I'm doing is pretty much turning my legs every now and again just to keep them going. If you've ever cycled anywhere like the Dolomites, where you don't have flat bits of road, you have up or down, you can descend for 20 minutes, and then if you get to the bottom of that descent and you've not spun your legs, you're about to start climbing for an hour or more, your legs and body is not going to like that. So there's a bit of advice. When you're doing any fast descending, it is worth just spinning your legs gently every now and again to remind them that what you're doing is riding a bike, even though you might not do it for quite some time. So as I said, this is, I mean, look at the weather today. It's fantastic. In fact, it's almost always very good weather out in California. You've got this road. It's quite a busy road for being off the piste, as you might call it. You get a lot of people that are hiking and they drive up and do a bit of hiking. You can get mountain bikers. I even actually saw there's a little shooting ground. I'm not sure if that's legal or not. Didn't look very legal. And that's near Le Cambrai Peak. So it's not actually on Gibraltar Road. But you get a lot of people that just come up for a day drive. And why wouldn't they? This is totally inspiring for me. I don't know if it does it for everybody else. But look, I mean, what more could you want in a view? For me, this is it. So I also wanted to take the opportunity of having quite a large video to narrate over to just discuss how coaching can benefit everyone. Some of the things that you might struggle with is time. That's probably the key one. You might not, and most commonly is that you don't have enough time. Some people have too much time, but it's all about understanding what sessions you can do in whatever time you have that is going to benefit you. maybe you just don't have the knowledge. You don't understand what sessions you should be doing at what time of the year. What are your goals and what sessions will get you to them? Maybe you're a consistent over or under trainer, or as I like to say it, there's no such thing as overtraining, just under recovering. So what I mean by that is, do you see yourself always going out hard, not recovering, or are you the type of person that will not push themselves hard enough? Maybe you need the support and guidance. A lot of people come to a coach because they want to know that they're doing the right thing. They also want to be able to ask questions that are going to be tailored to them. Everybody can go on the internet and Google a generic question, but the answers might be different for every person. So that's where having a coach is also beneficial. Maybe you've gone on the internet and you found a generic plan or a confusing theory. Everybody's got a friend and a club member or found a blog online that gives a different answer to a question. And the same goes for any performance-based training. One person might respond in one way to something, and then somebody else could respond completely differently. So this is where listening to your friend or a generic plan sort of falls apart for me, really, is that you can't expect one rule to work for one person and then work exactly the same for someone else. So that, for me, that and accountability, being held accountable for the sessions that you're doing, they're the most important points and what you should be considering when engaging a coach. But what you will get from me is something that's truly bespoke to you, to your circumstances, your commitment, the time you have available, your strengths, weaknesses and goals. What I will do is take all of that information and I will give you a training plan that will benefit you and you alone. You never get anything from me off the shelf and there'll never be anything cut and paste. What a training plan is just essentially a list of sessions that are designed to push your body, mind or technique in a certain direction that's going to actually get you to your goals. So if this sounds like something that would interest you, if you think that you can genuinely benefit from coaching, drop me an email. My email address is coach@pavbryan.com. So that is it. Almost at the bottom of this descent. So thank you all for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.